When it comes to your training, we're going to identify areas of weakness, okay? It's just part of the journey, okay? We're going to find key things such as asymmetries. We're going to find things where we're going to find imbalances between left and right side. I think a lot of you within in the initial movement screen would have identified that potentially left leg is stronger than right, or upper body, you're pulling more on the right side than the left. And this can be anterior, posterior, this can be upper body, lower body. It really does vary, but these asymmetries are what make us human, right? Okay, and I don't want us to kind of create any anxiety about this or overthink this. It's just, and we'll always have some in some shape or form, because it's, we are naturally dominant one side, throwing a ball, kicking a football, it's just what we do. We are always going to have one side more dominant than the other. However, when it comes to training and optimizing your performance, it's super important for us to kind of identify how big that difference is. And that's obviously where the testing comes in initially, but then that's why we dial in on so much single leg, unilateral single leg strength work, upper body single arm work, because it's those discrepancies that really start to kind of reveal a lot more in your performance. Upper body strength, you're looking to pull harder through the water. You want to be more efficient in the water on your swim. Then guys, that's why we're looking at things like single arm lat pull down, single arm overhead press, because I want you to understand how your body shifts its center to try and compensate. And what we're looking to do is develop your core stability so it acts similarly on both sides. Same thing with your single leg work. When you're running, cycling, hiking, walking, whatever you're doing, we want even spread of weight across both feet. We know it's a single leg sport, running for instance, but as you shift your body weight from side to side, we want your body to be able to just maintain that nice even spread of weight across both feet every time. What actually happens, a lot of people, is they overcompensate, they compound that certain side, whether it's the weaker or the stronger side, time and time again until it breaks or something breaks in that kinetic chain. So single leg strength, single arm strength, unilateral training, these sort of things are going to be super important for us. And it's one of the key things that a lot of people just simply don't do enough of. And you'll notice in our training that we have our big compound lifts where our squats and our deadlifts, etc. But then we really drill it down into the single leg, single arm work, because that is where the gold is. And that's when you really start to notice the differences between your side to side. And that's what we're going to continue to work on, because I don't think there's ever any true balance, because, as I said, we're all dominant in one way or another. But the difference between the two, when it comes to your single leg squat, I want you to be pretty much within a rep of each other. When it comes to upper body, I don't want to see you shifting right to left. I want to see nice even pull, because then I know that's going to replicate in the water. It's going to replicate on the bike when you're driving those pedals, when you're running down that mountainside. You've just got that lovely even spread across the body, and we're not going to compensate. And I think that's an important thing to remember, just to finish on actually, is the body will endure. The body will overcompensate. It will just get on with the work. It will get the work done. But you as an athlete, you as a student athlete, I want you to understand is that you can change that. That you can get ahead of it. Okay. What we know is that yes, the body will adapt. It will get on with it. However, if you don't address those imbalances, your body is going to break at some point down the line. And that's what happens with a lot of people, is that they kind of ignore it, get on with it, keep doing it, and they don't pay attention to those finer details, which is our imbalances, and they suffer in the long run. They have big long layoffs with big injuries because they've had an imbalance, which they've probably been aware of for a while, but they haven't addressed. So when it comes to kind of your asymmetries, your imbalances, embrace them. All right, challenge them, drill down on them. Work on them first. So if you're doing some single leg work, single arm work, let's go weak side first. Okay, once you're confident with that exercise and that drill, let's go weak side first. Let's really focus down on it. Let's make it a strength. Let's bring balance back to that body. And I promise you're going to see those results that you're on program for.